Hello, welcome to your 30-minute Vinyasa practice. My name's Elisa. It's so lovely to have you here. We will get straight into it today. Please start either in a seated position or lying on your back. We'll just take a few minutes to arrive into the body and to the practice. So wherever you are, maybe moving around, finding some support to sit on or a blanket or whatever is accessible for you today. And from wherever you are, just see if you find it comfortable to close down the eyes. If it's not comfortable, that's absolutely okay. Just see if you can soften the gaze just down to the ground in front of you. As you begin to transition from the day you've just had to the present moment, just see if you can begin to slowly regather all of your energy, all of your attention back to the physical body, and maybe it's here you are drawn in by a specific sensation or a feeling or a train of thought. Just seeing if you can slowly arrive, maybe even noticing the areas of the body touching the earth. And taking notice the sounds and movement around you. The temperature, the smells. And as you continue to reclaim all of your awareness, your power back to your physical body, just see here if you can begin to notice that pulsation of your breathing. See where you notice it the most. See if it's felt anywhere more obviously than another place, maybe not. But as you do this, just beginning to watch the rise and fall of your own natural breath. You might even like to count evenly, samavriti, even part breath, in through the nose for the count of 4 or 5, and out through the nose for the count of 4 or 5. And as you continue to arrive to your body in relationship with your breath, I'd like to open the practice by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land from which I am seated on, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects and gratitude towards their ancestors, their elders, past, present, and emerging. And also, I'd like to express gratitude and respect to the ancestors of this practice of yoga, of meditation. What an honor it is to share and benefit from these practices. Whenever you're ready to begin moving, we'll just begin by slowly blinking open the eyes, bringing the hands on top of the thighs or the knees. So you extend the arms, elongate the tailbone, the lower back, and draw the heart space forward on your in-breath. And then round through the shoulders as you dome through the upper back, drawing the navel on your out-breath. A couple more like this. Inhale, drawing the chest forward. And exhale, rounding the upper spine. A couple seated cat-cows. You can move like this. 3 or 4 more breaths. Just beginning to express yourself freely here. You might like to move from a seated position. Take some spirals through the torso. And when you're ready, we'll inhale both arms wide and high here. Bring the hands to interconnect all but the pointer and the thumb in Kali Mudra. You're shooting a gun towards the sky. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the lower belly in. Elongate through the back body. Inhale here. Anchor through the left hip as you tilt to the right. Inhale back to center. Anchor through the right hip as you tilt to the left. Inhale back to center one more time each side. Exhale, tilt to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. And exhale, lower your arms down beside you. We'll take a seated twist before we find more movement. So keeping that left leg bent and curled underneath you, the left heel will come towards the right butt cheek as you step the right foot to the outside of the left knee. And take a moment here, you might need to sit up on a prop or something. Fingertips to your sides as you inhale, make a nice tall spine here. And stay for the exhale. We'll inhale the left arm up and twist to the right as you hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. The right fingertips can come behind you. As you use the right fingertips to allow a long spine here, drop the shoulders away from the ears, anchor the right foot into the ground. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right even more, not shoving or forcing the body into the twist, but just letting that exhalation draw you deeper. One more breath. In, find buoyancy. Exhale, wringing it out. Maybe the gaze comes over the right shoulder. So you inhale, slowly unravel, bring the gaze forward. Unweave the legs, and then bring the right knee underneath. Right knee on the ground, right leg on the ground, excuse me. Right heel to the outside of the left hip. Left foot will step to the outside of the right knee. Maybe putting a blanket or a pillow under this left hip if it's not finding the ground. A moment with the arms out wide to find a nice tall spine. Anchor that left foot into the mat. And then we'll inhale, right arm up and twist to the left, hooking the back of the right elbow, the back of the right arm to the outside of the left knee. Palm can be open or in a mudra of your choice. Left fingertips behind you. As you inhale, find buoyancy through the upper half of the body. And exhale, allow that gravity to allow you to twist even deeper to the left. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, maybe gaze comes over the left shoulder. Slowly and carefully unraveling here. As you find your way into all fours. Feel your way there. And you might really like to start moving instantly once you get there. If that's the case, you're welcome to start moving intuitively. If you would like more direction today, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, as you take some cat-cows, dropping the belly, lifting the tail and the gaze on your in-breath. Doming through the upper back, bring the pubic bone forward on your out-breath. A couple movements like this with your own breath. You might like to move freely here. I'll leave it up to you to create your own practice, letting the breath kind of guide you into whatever direction feels most natural. And from here, we'll play around with balance. So just making sure the tops of the shins and the feet are pressing into the mat. Inhale, left arm up, bicep in line with the ear. Feel that shift of gravity, feel that shift of balance. As you inhale, lift the right leg off the mat as well. Find an elongation. Take a moment to stabilize, draw the navel in, send effort and energy out opposite fingertips and toes. Inhale. And then exhale, curl right knee, left elbow underneath the body as you press the ground away. Hug the navel in. Inhale, expanding from your navel center. And exhale, curling under. 2 more like this. Inhale, actively reach and expand. Exhale, contract, coil under. 1 more here as you inhale, elongate. Exhale, curling under. This time as you elongate, opposite directions, fingertips and toes, the option is to stay here, or you can bend the right knee, bring that left hand around and behind to grab the inside of the right ankle and take a bind. You can stay here, or you can practice kicking the foot into the hand as you draw the sternum forward, taking this into a back bend. Please only take these options if you would like. It's all invitational. Just making sure you're not scrunching the back of the neck. We want to draw the throat into center. 1 more breath. Without a slingshot, we extend back out into that elongated, nice in line with the spine. And then exhale, hand and knee find the ground. Take some movement here, shake it out. You might even like to bring the back of the wrist to the ground. All right, we're gonna find the other side when you're ready. So taking a moment to realign, hugging the navel in. And then inhale that right arm bicep in line with the ear, palm facing down. Notice that shift of balance. You might like to stay here, or you can extend that left leg behind you. Finding that equal opposite stretching, there's my words, of energy in opposite directions, hugging the navel in. And then exhale, curling, crunching under. Keep moving like this, your own breath, your own way. Inhale. And exhale to coil. 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. You can move faster than my voice or slower than my voice. Letting this be your own free expression. As you inhale the next time, elongate. And then option here is to bend the left knee. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bring that right arm around to grab the inside of the left ankle. Stabilize through the points touching the ground as you kick the foot into the hand to offer that opening of the chest forward. Making space for the back of the neck. Hugging the navel in as you breathe. Inner thighs are squeezing together. 1 more breath here as you kick. And releasing with control back out into that long line. Then hand and knee find the ground. Move it out here. When you're ready, finding downward facing dog, tucking the toes, sending the hips high behind you. We'll start with some rolling planks. So you can take a breath or 2 in your down dog, pedaling the feet. We'll get straight into some movement when you're ready. Inhale, unravel forward into plank. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 more like this, your own breath, your own movement. Moving slow, like water rippling forward, feeling each vertebra of the spine as you find your way, shoulders on top of wrists. This time as you come all the way forward into plank pose, holding here for 1 full round of breath. As you lower the knees, belly, chest, and chin to the ground. Hands wider than the mat, finding striking cobra for 3 breaths. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Keeping the elbows high here. So you inhale, lift the sternum, compression of the spine. Exhale, unravel, forehead finds the mat. 1 more time here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, press your way back, downward facing dog. 1 breath here. Look in between your hands, come up really high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and then either float, crawl, or step your way to the top of the mat, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. A generous bend in the knees, not forcing anything, let the belly rest on the thighs, let the shoulders, head, and neck fully elongate towards the ground. Flare the toes while you're down here, really establishing a strong connection to the earth with your feet, engaging. As you inhale, halfway lift, find a tabletop shape of the spine. Take a full breath into the side body. Exhale, bow yourself forward. Inhale through that connection through your feet, strong through the legs like roots of a tree. Inhale to rise all the way up to standing. Bring your arms with you. Palms come to touch as you bow your way all the way back down. Halfway lift, inhalation. Bowing forward, exhalation. Plant your hands, step both feet back into plank position. Vinyasa of your choice here, or bringing knees, belly, chest, and chin down to the ground with control. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more full breath together here, in through the nose. Long breath out through the nose. Bring your gaze in between your hands, come up high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, step, float, or jump your way to the top of the mat. Again, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, in breath. Bowing forward, out breath. Strong connection to earth. Gather it from the core all the way as you stand nice and tall. Urdhva. Pouring yourself all the way back down. We're just moving breath through the body here as you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, step or float back into plank vinyasa here of your choice, or knees, belly, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One full breath in. Maybe this time sighing out the mouth. When you're ready, inhale, lifting that right leg high behind you. Exhale, right knee to right elbow as you come forward into plank position, engaging that right oblique. Hover here. Inhale, sweeping the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, all the way over to the left elbow as you shift forward, plank position. Hover, hugging that knee in towards your center, and then sweeping it behind you, three-legged dog. This time, knee to nose as you draw forward, dome the upper back, and step the right foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee to the ground. Squeezing the inner thighs together, inhale, arms up, Anjali Asana. Stay for the exhale. One more in-breath here, and then maybe without even touching the ground, you can tuck the back toes if they're not tucked already, and then lift that back knee off the ground, finding crescent lunge. Awesome. So, settling in your crescent lunge, the option is to keep that back knee on the ground if you'd like, softening the shoulders, full breath in. Long breath out. This time, as you come forward, we're going to find warrior three variation, bringing the arms behind you as you shift that energy into the right foot, lifting the back knee off, the back leg off the ground. Option is to stay here, maybe bring the arms out in front of you, or bend that right knee as you find your hands to the ground or to a prop, staying up halfway lift with the chest. So that left leg is extended behind you, the fingertips are finding the ground, or maybe they stay in front of the heart, or any other arm variation. I'm going to find the ground here. Standing strong in that right leg, left leg is active. Exhale, curl left knee towards your nose as you coil in, and then inhale, extending that left leg back out. This time, exhale, flex the foot, hover that left leg out to the left. And then exhale, lowering it to touch the inside of the right foot. Staying here, hovering the left foot off the ground as you lift it back out to the side, and then sweeping it behind you, warrior three variation. Exhale, knee to your nose, curling in. Inhale, sweeping left leg back behind you. Lower the back toes to the ground, finding your way into a long runner's lunge. Fingertips framing the right foot, pull the sternum forward. Lower the back knee as you extend that right leg straight, Ardha Hanumanasana. 3 breaths here, stretching that right hamstring. You can move, you can flow through any other creative way of being here. And when you're ready, inhale deeply, bend through the right knee, plant your hands, step your right foot back to meet the left. Flow through a vinyasa if you'd like. You can skip it, take child's pose. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. When you're ready, lifting that left leg high behind you, flexing the foot. Exhale, coming forward into plank as you draw left knee towards left elbow. Hover here, find that engagement. Inhale, sweep that left leg behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, across the body over to the right elbow as you find plank, shoulders on top of wrists. Sweeping that leg back, 3-legged dog. This time, knee to nose as you hug in the belly, step that foot in between your hands. Find your long runner's lunge, then lower the right knee to the ground. When you feel stable through the inner thighs, the legs, inhale, lifting up, low lunge. Stay for the exhale. And either you choose bringing the hands back to the ground for support to lift the back knee, or maybe tucking the toes, lifting that back knee off the ground, finding your crescent lunge. Lower belly and ribs hugging in, nice support for the lower back. Find your breath as you consciously travel that energy into the left foot, finding warrior 3 of your choice, lifting that right leg off the ground. And you either stay here and practice a double balance as we hover the legs, move through the leg, or you bend the left knee, find the fingertips to the ground or maybe onto a block or prop here. Right leg is extended. As you exhale, right knee to nose as you curl in. Bend through both knees if you need. Inhale, extending right leg behind you. Flex the foot as you exhale, deliver the right leg all the way out to the right. And then drawing that right foot back to touch the left. Keep the right foot hovered off the ground. As you inhale, lift that right glute all the way out to the right. Then sweeping the right leg behind you. And then exhale, knee to nose, curling back in. Inhale, sweeping that right leg behind you. Exhale all the way out to the right. Closing down to touch the left foot. Last time, inhale, lifting right leg out to the right. Sweeping it behind you. And then curling knee to nose. This time as you extend that right leg behind you, lower the right toes to the ground, lower the right knees to the ground. Take a moment, pull the sternum forward, then exhale, half split here, Ardha Hanumanasana. Extending that left leg straight, drawing the left hip back, making sure not to lock that left knee. 3 breaths of your choice. Bending deeply into the left knee as you plant the hands and step back into plank, flowing through your vinyasa of choice, finding your way into a downward facing dog. Child's pose and rest is invited. From your down dog, taking a full breath in, and then lowering the knees all the way to the ground on your breath out as you find your way all the way onto your belly. All right, a few options here. You can bring the forehead to the mat, bring the arms down by your sides. And when you're ready, tuck the navel in towards the top of the room. Lift the pubic bone off the ground, squeeze the inner thighs together, arms down by your side. As you inhale, lift the sternum, the gaze forward, half locust pose. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, finding your breath, softening through the muscles of the face. One more breath here, in. Softly with control, lower back down to the mat. This time the option is to take the legs off the ground as well, or maybe just taking the sternum off the ground for one more time. So when you're ready, inhale, squeezing everything to compress through the spine, lifting the shins off the ground. It's like you're flying through space, hugging the navel in. One more breath in. And lower yourself all the way back down. This final time together, you can either take one of those 2 options we just did, or you can take the bind, the full variation of bow. So bending the knees. If it's accessible, bringing the hands to the outside of the ankles. Now you want to hold onto the feet and squeeze the inner thighs together simultaneously. When you feel ready, if you're taking this variation, drawing the navel in, kicking the feet into the hands as you lift up into this back bend. Now you want to be careful, you don't want to splay open like an X. You want to keep everything contained, inner thighs squeezing together, drawing the chin towards the throat, ever so slightly, as you find your breath kicking high. If you're in locust, holding here, 2 more breaths. And then slowly, without flicking or slingshots, lowering yourself all the way down to the ground. Taking an ear to the mat, taking a moment to notice your heart rate, your breath. Slowing everything down as you very consciously soften all of your weight, all of your energy, your thoughts into the earth below you. As if you are giving a part of yourself to the earth for this intentional rest. And the invitation is to stay here and take a brief shavasana to finish the practice, or if you prefer, rolling over onto your back and taking shavasana there. softening where you can. And if you have the time, I invite you to stay resting in your Shavasana for as long as you would like, perhaps 5 or even 10 minutes longer. And for the sake of closing the space of our time together, if you'd like, you can begin bringing a bit of movement into the body, a bit more energy into the way that you're breathing. And find your way back up into an upright spine with the eyes closed. A moment to settle back into the base of your body, finding an elongation of the whole spinal column. And we'll bring the palms together to touch in front of your heart in this closing gesture of gratitude and humility. A moment to acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for today. And bowing forward if you would like to seal in your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. Please reach out if you have questions or comments. Otherwise, I hope you're all taking care. Until next time, thank you.